Say hello to the men and women behind one of America's fastest growing phenomenons, lawnmower racing. For this group of weekend warriors, it's more than just a sport. It's a way of life. Come along as we pack up the mowers and hit the road for some adventure, competition, and plain old fun. Now, if you've never imagined yourself racing a lawnmower, you're not alone. But these are more than just your average garden variety mowers. Some have been modified to reach speeds of up to 60 miles per hour, while others go no faster than 8. But whatever the speed, the world of lawnmower racing is drawing men and women from all walks of life. There are PhDs, school teachers, secretaries, bus drivers, lifeguards, actors, sales reps, and business owners. There's a turf equipment technician for a country club, an engineer who designs lawnmowers, even the father of NASCAR racer Tony Stewart, not to mention a bunch of mechanics.
Sure, we see mechanics who know their way around an engine, but anybody can do this. Sense of humor not required, but strongly encouraged.
If you had to boil it down to the one thing lawnmower racers had in common, it would be that they all love to tinker. There's something about the smell of grease and the roar of an engine that gets their mowers going.
I had an old mower in the backyard, and I started working on it. Probably Yankee ingenuity, call it what you want, and I just started messing around with it and figured out, how to make it go a little bit faster and a little bit faster and a little bit faster.
I started out with a little rear engine rider Cub Cadet. We did a little gearing here and there, and I thought it was the fastest thing since sliced bread. And I tore out of the garage in a big hurry and a yippee-hi-ho, and away I was gone.
We gotta tinker with them. We can't leave well enough alone. We've got these machines where if you geared them up right, they will fly. You're looking at 60, 70 miles an hour.
We see racers who find these machines in the junk pile, behind the barn, behind the garage, rusting out hulks of junk a lot of times. And these racers lovingly, passionately create one-of-a-kind machines that are their own personal connections.
Nothing excites a racer more than coming up with a good moniker for their mower. You've got names such as Blades of Thunder, the Garden Gangster, Mojangles, the Turfinator, and the Prograstinator, the Dandelion, and Geronimo. With all these puns, coupled with the initial idea that these folks actually race lawnmowers, what, you might ask, is the rest of the world thinking?
Oh, people think it's funny when you first get started, you race what? I had one guy thought that I said I raced llamas when I said lawnmowers, and I said, no, that would be silly.
I think everybody thinks I'm a little nuts, especially the people in town here. I used to have people come over and they'd borrow my tools or borrow a rake or a rototiller or something like that. Hey, can I borrow your lawnmower or something like that? And you got to ask yourself, do you really want to borrow a power tool from a guy that's got a 100-mile-an-hour lawnmower?
Yes, I think people think I'm just a little bit wacko. Because I tell people that I race lawnmowers, and they go, what? So how fast can you cut your lawn?
A lot of people, when you first tell them about you racing a lawnmower, the first thing they figure is a midlife crisis with a guy pushing a lawnmower on a Sunday afternoon trying to compete on the cut and the fineness of his grass. And boy, are they up for a rude awakening when they come out and they see us racing lawn tractors. It speeds up to 45, 50, 60 miles an hour. They're like, boing, oh my God.
I never knew lawnmower racing was out there. Had no idea of it until I was just making this mower go fast just to mess around in the neighborhood here. But somebody mentioned, hey, why don't you race that thing? And I said, race it? They don't race lawnmowers.
I believe it's an adrenaline rush. Once you get that feeling, you want to go back out and you're addicted to it.
Yeah, lawnmower racing's always been in my blood.
I'm consumed by it. I have the bug.
I may be a big boy, but I live at 100%.
It's the #1 sport in this household.
I always get cold chills when I win and go across the finish line.
Bobby Cleveland has taken over the lead again.
It hasn't got any less exciting to me to win.
A lot of my girlfriends would say that, they probably would not get on a lawnmower because it is not very feminine. But it's something that I enjoy, and I don't feel that it takes anything away from my womanhood.
I'd race anything with tires on it. I'd race a pencil if I could figure out how. That's my favorite thing to tell people.
You've got to have a sense of humor to participate in a sport that offers little more than bragging rights and trophies when you win a race. There are no cash prizes. You don't get your picture on a box of cereal, and no one's going to stop you at the grocery store and ask you for your autograph. But the rewards are many. Besides the fun, there's making new friends and a sense of belonging.
It's been almost a spiritual type experience for me, and simply because I've come in and I've become a piece of the puzzle. But what it really comes down to is that these people have accepted me, and that to me is been one of the most enjoyable parts of it.
Lawnmower racing has hit a chord with people for so many reasons, which all make sense. First of all, we Americans love to race anything. And we love our lawns. And most of us know lawnmowers. The smell of the grass. Your mom and dad back when you were little cutting that grass on a summer evening. You put those things together and it all makes sense for lawnmower racing.
It doesn't get any more grassroots than lawnmower racing. People started racing their mowers in backyards across the U.S. as far back as the early 1980s. But it wouldn't be until 1992 that the sport would become officially organized. Now, even though lawnmower racing seems like it's a homegrown American pastime, the seeds for this sport actually sprouted in Great Britain.
Well, the oldest lawnmower race that we know of started back in 1973 at Whisborough Green, England, West Sussex County in the United Kingdom. Mr. Jim Gavin, the king dog daddy of lawnmower racing, and some of his cohorts were sitting around lamenting the escalating costs of motorsports at a pub called the Cricketer's Arms. And they said, wait a minute, what can we race?
And of course, one of the other guys had the brilliant idea. He said, look, of all the countries in the world, there are more gardens here, and every single garden has a lawnmower. And they've had lawnmowers for 50 years. There must be lawnmowers in every shed. So we stuck up a notice on the wall just there saying, British Grand Prix for lawnmowers will be held at Murphy's Field in Cold Harbour, Saturday, whatever. We ran the race, series of races. And it was a lovely early summer's evening, and there were lawnmowers all over the place. You could hear them buzzing away like bees in a jam pot. That was the first lawnmower meeting. That was about 26 years ago, and it sort of progressed from there.
So what happened was we took a trip over to England in the summer of '91, and we met the legendary Jim Gavin, and we saw what they were doing over there, and we decided to bring it across the pond.
And so, on the most foolhardy day of the year, April 1st, 1992, the U.S. Lawnmower Racing Association was born. Its mission? To sanction organized and safe lawnmower races. It started with about 100 members and a sponsorship deal with a fuel additive company. By Labor Day 1992, the association presented the first organized lawnmower race on American turf.
I remember it vividly because I didn't sleep a wink. We had 33 racers, which were only 2 less than Indy 500. Race day came, and it was total grassroots. Speed's nowhere even close to today. And major media attention, and we knew immediately that we were onto something.
Despite being named Worst New Sport in 1993 by the Pittsburgh Press, the U.S. Lawnmower Racing Association went on to be featured in some of the nation's leading newspapers.
And then fairs and festivals started calling us to start bringing lawnmower racing into their fair or festival or municipality. And it's been rock and roll ever since.
By the year 2001, The United States Lawnmower Racing Association had grown to over 700 members, and there were now up to 16 regional races taking place each season in cities and towns all across the country.
You know, win, lose, or draw, this is about as fun as it gets, I think, for most people, and I think everybody's really excited about it.
Over the course of a racing season, we'll travel from town to town, race to race, getting to know these folks and their machines. These are their victories and their defeats. These are their stories.